participating or sure grandpa. Here's a test. 3. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent, but be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Keith Myers, and tonight we have wrestling for you. It's Roncalli versus Lawrence North on Indiana SRN. Top 5 came out today from Indiana Mat, and Evansville Mater Dei is number 1, Brownsburg number 2, Crown Point number 3, Roncalli number 4, and Roncalli jumps from 9 to 5 this week. Very impressive. Should be a great match, and it's coming up your way. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Welcome to Roncalli High School for wrestling action here on Indiana SRN, where you are always in the game. Alongside my partner Joe Hansen, Shane Ryder reporting here on Indiana SRN. We thank you for tuning in tonight, and we've got another doozy on tap. Number 5, Roncalli and the Rebels, a perfect 10-0 in dual meet action, and they welcome Lawrence North, who comes in at 8-7 here in the early part of the 2019-2020 wrestling season. Joe, we were here Saturday, but we were in a new, I should say an old gymnasium. We are in the new facility here at Roncalli, and what a beautiful gymnasium this is.
It is spotless. There's some energy in the air, and I'm really, really excited that Roncalli has decided to make the first ever event at this new gymnasium, the wrestling meet. So I think it's great. You know, we always compliment Indiana SRN for promoting the sport, but I've got to compliment Roncalli High School for promoting the sport and making this first ever event a wrestling meet, and it's a good one too.
Well, the captains for both teams, Roncalli and Lawrence North at center, Matt. They'll flip. We are going to start tonight's dual meet at 160 pounds. That's where we started things on Saturday when we saw Roncalli take on New Palestine, and the Rebels won that dual meet by a final score of 51-30. Their 10th dual meet victory here in the early part of the 2019-2020 season. They are looking to go 11-0 here against Lawrence North. But before we elaborate on some of tonight's matchups, we want to send it down to our Mat Side reporter and Keith Myers. He's got a special guest.
With us now is Rob Brown. He's the voice of Roncalli High School. Rob, what a great facility for wrestling to open this thing up. What a great honor for your wrestling team.
Oh, it's tremendous. They had the dedication here on Monday. The student body was here in mass, finals week this week, so they were able to see it as a group. And then for the wrestling team, to open this building is great for them. They're one of the better programs in the building, and they don't get the recognition, I think, that they deserve given where they rank amongst the state peers.
Let's talk a little bit about this building and about the woodshed. When we come back, we got the national anthem coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Life Centers offers love and compassion to all women and men who come through our 8 centers. The goal of this love and compassion is that we would not only save babies from abortion, but also transform lives and create families. The forms of this love and compassion are our services. All of our services are offered free of charge to our clients. To learn more about Life Centers, contact us at lifecenters.com or call us at 317-280-2635. Life Centers. We choose compassion.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
For the first time in forever, I feel like us. I feel like we're back to that place where we know what each other's thinking and feeling.
You know, sometimes I think we don't have enough insurance. And then I think maybe we have too much.
This is no moment for insurance. Let us help you think about it. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to IHSAATV.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
Becoming a licensed.
Back with us is Rob Brown. Rob, we talk about the woodshed right across the hallway, so to speak. Had lots of history. This new facility, state of the art, really nice. Talk a little bit about the woodshed real quick.
Well, it's there's a lot of character in the building. You know, it only seats 1,000 people. The first varsity event in that building actually predates Roncalli to Bishop Chartrand, which was the first version of Roncalli. Back in 1964 was the first varsity event in there. So that's 55 years of history. That's basketball, volleyball, wrestling, all sorts of history in that building. It's tough to carry history and tradition across the parking lot, but what we saw at the dedication ceremony on Monday night, the way this place is built, almost like a warehouse, and there's not a lot of banners to absorb the noise, it can get really loud in here, so I think that's the hope.
Yeah, and that's going to be home court advantage on basketball, and a great crowd tonight as well. Thanks for your time. We always listen. We always help us out. We appreciate it. We're not in competition. We're just work together, right?
I appreciate having you guys here. You guys do a great job. Thanks.
We appreciate it. Right back up to you guys because it's going to be a fun night tonight.
That it is, Keith. Thank you. That was Rob Brown, the voice of Roncalli High. They're going through the starting lineups for both the Rebels and Lawrence North here for tonight's dual meet. Again, the Rebels 10-0, Lawrence North at 8-7. Let's take a look at a couple of individual wrestlers that stood out on Saturday, at least in your mind, Joe. You can look at a kid like Braden Lowry. You know, he's as good as it gets. You see him perform at the highest level at Bankers Life Fieldhouse each of the last 3 years. One thing he's missing out on, though, the gold.
Yeah, his eyes are fixed on that prize for sure. Right when you were, introducing him, he was being introduced on the mat. I just love not only watching him wrestle, but the way he warms up. He's like a tiger in a cage. He's always pacing. He's always getting ready to go on the hunt. And he's dialed in, and I think that he's got a really good chance to get his first state title this year.
We saw him pick up a win on Saturday. A couple of wrestlers and studs in that Roncalli lineup that did not participate in that dual meet against New Palestine. Cody Glithero at 113, at least that's where he's listed in the rankings, but he's going to be at 120 pounds tonight. And then Tice Freegee battling a knee injury. He was just announced at center mat as well. He's going to suit up at 152.
Yeah, Cody and Tice score a lot of points, and they also are pinners too. So it's good to have them in the lineup if you're the Roncalli Rebels, because they're going to get, 6 points each time they go out there. That's what they're always gunning for, and it's a different team. And we saw on Saturday that there was a couple teams that challenged them. Noblesville had a real big lead, and Roncalli had to battle back. I don't think that happens if you've got Freegee and Glithero in the lineup.
For the Wildcats of Lawrence North, their stud is at 113 pounds. The new state rankings were just released yesterday. Logan Carrender, a senior, was listed at number 2 in the semi-state rankings, number 6 in the state rankings at 106 pounds. Just talked with their head coach and first-year coach, Jacob Avon. He said he's going to stick at 113 this season.
Yeah, and that's not uncommon. These kids are growing. They're trying to figure out their bodies, and coaches are trying to figure out lineups. And now we get into the heat of the season. Marion County Tournament coming up on Saturday. It's nice to know that Logan's made a decision where he's going to be, and I'm sure he'll be successful at that weight.
Quick takedown for Andrew Stuck. He started Saturday's dual meet against New Palestine, and he's looking to make quick work here of Kendall Moore Harrison. A quick takedown. He's got a bar series in, and he's trying to run that on the edge of the mat. 2-0, 20 seconds into this bout.
We heard at the end of the day, head coach Wade McClurg talk about how important it was for Stuck to get the team started off on a good note. Stuck, this is his first varsity experience. High hopes for him, but he's really kind of been flat this season. We didn't see him flat on Saturday during that duel against New Pal, and tonight he looked sharp too. So maybe he has turned the corner as far as the weekend goes, and I find it interesting that it's a blind draw who's going to go first. He's kicking it off. He's batting first tonight again.
Got a chance to put the Rebels out in front here in this dual meet. He's the first of 5 sophomores in the upper 6 weight classes for the Rebels. Alex Amadeo, a sophomore at 170. Sam Peoples, a sophomore at 182. Skip over senior Michael Fletcher at 195, and you've got 2 sophomores at the 2 upper weights, Justin Lewis and Aaron Butts. Was really impressed with Butts on Saturday as well.
I was too. Yeah, I think that he has grown into that heavyweight position. We talked about him filling in for John Harris, who is actually in the crowd tonight. John Harris is a D1 defensive lineman at Ball State. Was a state qualifier at heavyweight, but Butts has gotten bigger, he's gotten stronger, and he looks like a legitimate heavyweight contender.
2 more points here for Andrew Stuck. Almost 1 minute into this opening period. Keith Myers, our mat side reporter, will touch base with all of our winners. Going to have 12 matches tonight. A couple of forfeits on the side of Lawrence North.
Going back to Andrew Stuck in his early season struggles, now when he's the first guy in the lineup, he doesn't have time to kind of think about things. He has to go out there and perform, and it seems like the athletes that
he's got a tight hold there on
don't
Kendall
have to
Harrison.
think about it, are the ones that are the high-performing ones, and he looked good tonight. Another pin.
Another first period pin for Andrew Stuck, and he puts the Roncalli Rebels on top 1 match in, 6-0. They'll shake things up with the Lawrence North coaches. Little scramble series there. He was in a dangerous position there for a moment, but he able to come on top of Kendall Moore Harrison and get the fall. He's down with Keith Myers.
Nice job. You started Saturday off really quick, and you started off quick tonight.
Yeah, I tried my best.
I tell you what, Saturday was pretty impressive, but tonight you get it to start this off. You get 6 points for your team. It's got to be pretty happy. You're on a run right now.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to keep our team in a good movement.
Congratulations, job well done.
Thank you.
There you go, fellas. He's winded, but he's excited.
And them pins aren't easy, Keith.
Oh, no, I understand. Trust me, I understand completely.
We go up to 170 pounds. Sophomore Alex Amadeo out on the mat, taking on Ethan Butterfield from Lawrence North. And fall by Stuck was in 1 minute 17 seconds.
Put himself in a dangerous position pretty briefly, but his good hips got him out of it, and he buried the guy, had both legs in, had both arms in his head, and squeezed tight. That kid couldn't move. A good victory for him, especially heading into the Marion County Tournament. That's a big deal.
Saw Amadeo on Saturday against New Pal. He had to face senior Devon Hill in that dual meet and was actually pinned by Hill. We mentioned in the pregame that it was a quick dual meet, 27 minutes of airtime right here on Indiana SRN. 11 of the 12 matches were decided by fall. The only one that went the distance was at heavyweight. And sophomore Aaron Butts knocking off Tucker Keevers, a junior from New Pal. In what was a 1-point match up until that third period. It's a takedown for Butterfield.
Yeah, so we're a minute and a half into this match. Referee cautions both wrestlers, and shortly after that, Butterfield, with a nice high crotch to the left side, converts to a double and has 2 points. We'll see if Amadeo can get out before the end of this first period. Amadeo flat. Butterfield putting a lot of pressure on him, on his toes, staying heavy. Now Amadeo comes to his base. That's what he's got to do. At 1 point would have been nice, but he doesn't look like he's going to get it. We're going to end the Butterfield trying to get some backs here right at the end, and he does get two swipes.
He gets a 2 count right before the buzzer. So he doubles his lead to 4-0 after 1 period. It'll be Butterfield's choice, and he'll go underneath of Alex Amadeo.
You know, and Alex is a young kid at a high weight, wrestling for a top 5 program. And they don't schedule any lightweights. So, you know, he's got to wrestle whistle to whistle. You know, he's either 2 down, now he's 4 down because, you know, those last 5 seconds, you've just got to continue moving, working up in your base. And that cost him. You know, that's a much deeper hole than 2-0.
There's a nice switch by Butterfield for 2 more points. Throws a crossface on Amadeo. Looking to extend this lead into major decision territory. Not much movement right now from Amadeo underneath.
And I would tell, you know, you see Riley McClurg in the corner tonight, and he's clapping his hands and saying, yelling at him to work up. That's what you got to do when you're a young wrestler and you're outmatched. You've got to keep moving. And when you hesitate, that's when you get yourself in trouble. Like right now, he's got his legs in. He's got a power half. He's going to get out to the side, tee into him. This could be trouble for Amadeo here, but he works out of it.
Where would you say high school wrestlers probably struggle the most out of the 3 positions they could be in? Neutral, on top? Is it on bottom? I know personally getting out was very difficult.
I think most high school wrestling programs spend a lot of time with people on their feet, and you saw Alex wrestled a minute and a half, great hand fighting, great position. He gets taken down with 30 seconds left. Here's where I think a lot of times kids struggle, because you go from a middle school where it's 1-1-1, and now you're doubling the length of the match. And when you're on bottom, you got to work. You got to work to get out. And he has been, guy is riding him for a minute and a half. And again, when you go into that next level in college, whether it's D1, D2, D3, or NAIA, they give riding time. They reward you for riding.
And that's where, you get to the college level, you don't see guys that are able to ride very often. You see guys that are out in 5-10 seconds a lot of times just because they know to to string 2, 3, 4, 5 moves together just to get that 1 point.
And it's deja vu. Amadeo, Butterfield did a nice job of riding him, but he didn't turn him until the last 5 seconds of the match. And he's got to be a little bit tougher than that. So Amadeo's choice, and he says neutral. And most guys look at that down position as a guaranteed point, and he's just not there yet.
So more back points for Ethan Butterfield to end the second period, and it's 8-0 going into the third. Amadeo needs a big move here in the final minute 45. Butterfield with a left-handed headlock, and that
sag headlock. That's tough. That was really
catches
nice.
Amadeo. And now Butterfield looking to even this dual meet up. That's getting tight. Amadeo tries to flip his hips the other way. Butterfield doing a nice job of just keeping his balance, and there is the pin. Ethan Butterfield with a third period fall, 4 minutes 40 seconds to put away Alex Amadeo, and it's 6-6 after 2 matches. And you mentioned Amadeo just sagging his head. He kind of let himself into that one.
He did. Butterfield, I think, worked all match to set him up for that. Nice textbook sag headlock, thigh to his head there, and no chance of him getting out.
So a third period pin for Ethan Butterfield. Keith Myers is with our winner.
Ethan, you're sweating a little bit. Nice stick, huh?
Thank you.
Talk a little bit of how you wear him down, get the points that you needed, and then finish it off.
Just making sure I stay on, making sure I finish every period on top and trying to score at the end of the period.
What's your goal for the season?
State's the goal.
State. Talking state. Congratulations, job well done.
Thank you.
Tied up score, guys. This is going to be a good one.
That it is, Keith. Thank you very much. State is the goal, isn't it? Should be for every wrestler. I mean, I have not been to Banker's Life yet, but you've been there to watch your sons wrestle, and there's an experience. It's like nothing else. I mean, being under the lights, being in front of crowds that you won't see at the college level a lot of times.
Now, I commend the IHSAA. They do a nice job with that event. I've been going since 1983. My high school wrestling coach took me to my first state tournament back when it was at Market Square Arena. And, we're still a single-class state when it comes to wrestling, and they pour a lot of energy and detail in putting on that event, and there's just nothing like the state finals. You could go in there and not even be a wrestling fan and be really impressed with what they do.
We have 2 takedowns in this opening period, but one by each wrestler. Johan Victoria on the mat for Lawrence North in the Wildcats, and sophomore Sam Peoples out there for Roncalli. Peoples had a fall in that New Pal dual meet on Saturday, and he's looking for another one here. A deep half Nelson. He's got the far wrist trapped as well, and Victoria's in big trouble.
Yeah, Victoria started off strong, and now he got taken down, turked, and turned. That is a big win.
Sam Peoples with a first period pin, 1 minute 46 seconds. And you could see how deep that half was in.
Chest on chest, you want to tee out, adjust, and right there he gets the fall.
So 3 matches, 3 pins. Keith is with our winner, Sam Peoples.
Hey, Sam, nice job. Made a quick pin tonight.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the move. What did you think you got him, and how did you get to set that up?
I just got underhooked a high crotch and then did a half Nelson to turn him.
He's got a smile on his face, fellas. He's ready. Are you ready for break?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you are. Congratulations, job well done.
Thank you, sir.
Back up to you guys.
Well, at least he's not lying to us. I think we're all ready for break, Keith. So we go up to 195 pounds now. The lone senior in this 6 upper weights for Roncalli, and he gets taken down. That's Michael Fletcher out there for the Rebels, and Excel Brooks, a strong wrestler for Lawrence North. He comes into this match at 11-1, and he is looking for win number 12 here. He's got Fletcher on his back in a cradle. takedown in the opening minute, and he's looking to tie this dual meet right back up. And there is the pin in just over a minute. 105.
Excel Brooks is a big 95-pounder. He is a big, athletic 95-pounder, and he's got a head coach that wrestled 195, 220 in high school, and heavyweight at Purdue University. Again, he's got a cross-face cradle, knee in the side. Fletcher's not even rocking. That's how tight it is. So I'm really, really excited about watching Excel Brooks at the Marion County Tournament next week. Anxious to hear what he says in this interview.
Brooks with just one loss on the season. Keith is catching up with him.
One loss all year. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Big man, tell us a little bit about the match.
He was all right. He seemed kind of experienced to me. I don't know him. But I felt like if he just wrestles with a little more confidence in himself, starts working to his shots faster, he'd do better.
Tell us a little bit about the Marion County Tournament you're looking forward to that this weekend.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I got a really good start this year. I feel like it's going to be my chance to do something great.
Another guy that's smiling about the county tournament, fellas. Congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you.
You bet. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Keith. We move up to 220. Sophomore Justin Lewis out looking for a pin against Christian Chambers from Lawrence North.
And I think Justin shows a lot of promise. When we talked to Jacob Blackwell last weekend, he was talking about Lewis is really, really emerging as a force in this lineup. He's young. He beat an older guy in the wrestle-off, wrestled really well in Ohio, and he gets 6 points right there for the Roncalli Rebels.
How about that?
So we are back and forth.
Alternating pins through our first 5 matches. Pins for Roncalli at 160, 182, and now 220 with Justin Lewis. And it's 18-12 as we go to the heavyweight match.
Yeah, so Lewis, half Nelson, scoops that head, chest on chest. There we go. Gets the pin at 220 pounds.
It's a nice pin by Justin Lewis. Keith is down with our winner.
Justin smiling. Nice job. Talk about it.
Just went out there with a good mentality. Came in knowing that I could win. Used his moves against him and got the fall for my team.
That weight, that extra weight that you just pushed on his shoulder caused that pin. Good move, quick time too.
Thank you, sir.
County tournament this weekend. You looking forward to it?
Yes, very excited.
Looking forward to the Christmas break or county tournament?
County tournament is the closest thing. We gotta get ready for it.
There you go. Congratulations. Put you on the spot. Coach is watching, so you knew that was going to be a question.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys. I'm looking for Christmas break. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I'm ready for Santa to come as well. But the Marion County Championships this weekend, the seeding to take place tomorrow night, and I wanted to hop in that after the Excel Brooks interview. He brought up the importance of that tournament this weekend. And, Joe, we talked before we came on air, one of the toughest tournaments, at least in the regular season, in the entire state of Indiana.
It always has been, for a long, long time. It's a great predictor of, what's going to happen at the state tournament. 16 teams there. You've got Lawrence North, you've got Perry Meridian, you've got Roncalli, you've got Warren Central, just some really, really tough teams. It's a grueling grinder of a tournament. And these kids know it's special if you win a Marion County tournament. I told you earlier, I believe there's more 4-time state champions in the state of Indiana than there are 4-time Marion County tournament champions because it's such a tough tournament right kind of at the middle of the season. A good predictor of what's going to happen at Bankers Life.
Last year's county championships, at least in the team standings, Warren Central came away with the victory in that tournament. Roncalli and the Rebels finished second. Lawrence North had a nice finish out of 15 teams. They came in 5th place with 99 points. But it looks like they're in a little bit of a rebuild mode. But we talked again before we came on air that Lawrence North, they have a long history and a very successful one at that.
They do. I would guess, and I don't have this information, but they've probably won double-digit Marion County titles in their school's history. I don't know that Roncalli, because for many, many years they were considered an Indianapolis City school, and then they became a Marion County school. I don't know that they've won. They took second last year. I know that's something that Coach Wade McClurg and his staff hunger for. I mean, they've won a couple sectional titles. They won a semi-state title last year. I don't think they've won a Marion County title, and that's a big deal in any sport.
We'll see what Roncalli can do there on Saturday. Perry Meridian will host this year's tournament.
Perry always does a nice job of hosting. They've got some nice mats. They know how to run a tournament. a pretty special place for those kids to go. And you think about it, we've talked about the state tournament. It's a 16-man bracket and preliminaries on Friday night. Marion County Tournament is a 16-man bracket, and it's done in one day. They do it on Saturday. So really interesting to see how things go down on Saturday at Perry Meridian.
They place out 6 or 8 at that tournament. Do you know?
I believe they place 6.
6.
Yeah.
Aaron Butts trails R.J. Brooks here at 285 pounds, 1-0 here midway through the second period. We had a scoreless first period. Brooks went down here in the second, able to get an escape about 30 seconds into the frame. And now he and Aaron Butts pummel back and forth before we get back to the lighter weights. Brooks drives Butts off the edge of the mat near the scorer's table. Really nice setup here at Roncalli. We thank them for allowing us into their doors once again. Keith Myers, our mat side reporter, catching up with all of our winners. Jerry Collins producing tonight's broadcast. Joe Hansen with the color commentary. Shane Ryder with you. And we're not going to be back on air, Joe, until a month from tonight. So enjoy your break.
Yeah. Well, I enjoy this, so I'm gonna miss, getting some prime seats, free admission, and get to talk about a sport that I love dearly. But yeah, look forward to a month from now broadcasting again. It's going to be interesting to see how the upper weights develop. Again, I talked about it a little bit earlier. Jacob Avon, I know you had a chance to kind of talk to him. He's a Purdue wrestler, a Division I guy. 4-time academic, all Big Ten, NCAA qualifier, which is a big deal. When he wrestled at Zionsville High School, had a career record of 121 and 34. 2-time state finalist at 220 pounds and 195. So he's a big guy, and big guys know how to coach big guys. So it'll be interesting to see how these, and I'm assuming their brothers, the Brooks brothers, develop under his tutelage.
Keith is down with a guest from Roncalli.
Jason Sims, the assistant athletic director, girls basketball coach. Pretty nice to have wrestling here tonight.
It's great. Great for the kids, great for the community. A lot of hard work to get this thing put together. So we're very proud and just very happy for the kids more than anything.
A lot of hard work for you and Dave, because this thing took forever to get done, but it's nicely done. You had wrestling opening a door, which is really a big shot in the arm for this program.
Yes, absolutely. And Wade's done such a great job with the program. There's not a more deserving group than this to be able to open this place up.
Now basketball opens up tomorrow, right?
Friday night against Brebeuf. Girls open up. That we finally got them in the gym here today. Very excited. So had a great practice. I think they're ready to go. Hopefully the community will come out and support the girls on Friday.
And I heard you have to be undefeated to keep your job. Is that right?
Not quite that, but we got a great basketball staff, no doubt about that. And girls are doing a great thing. We've got a great program right now.
On behalf of us at SRN, you guys always treat us nice. I know we love each other, but you guys done a nice job, and you do a nice job for the conference as well.
And we thank you for all the support. We can't do it without people like you. This is how we make things roll, and we appreciate all the help you give us.
Appreciate it. Good luck Friday night.
An exciting match here at heavyweight. Aaron Butts had a thriller on Saturday against New Pal, and he's got another one. We are tied up.
Yeah, stalling call. It's going to be interesting here. Takedown will win it.
It was 2-0 going into the third period. Butts had his choice. He went underneath, had an escape. And now a second stalling call on R.J. Brooks has this match tied at 2. 1:01 left in the third period.
And again, Shane, it's not just a duel or an individual victory on the line. There's a seed on the line. You can tell that these are kind of top-tier heavyweights. So, if it comes down to it, are you going to be a 1 seed, a 2 seed, a 3 seed? They go to those head-to-head matches, and it's so interesting. We've got these two kind of perennial powerhouse county teams going at each other the night before the seeding meeting. So there's a lot on the line here.
I like it because the outcomes will be fresh in the minds of the coaches. They'll say, hey, you remember last night? Ended up 3-2.
Both corners animated, and both corners, and this is why I love both these coaching staffs, are saying go after him. They're saying attack. Attack style wrestling, that's what we're seeing here. Now there he is. There's Butts in, and he dumps, he runs the pipe.
Nothing yet.
But Brooks gets his hips out, and he's still got the leg. We got 12 seconds left. Can he finish?
Butts trying to shuck Brooks to the mat. Now he's down to his knees. A nice job by Brooks to fight off this single leg attempt. And now Brooks is going around looking to get two. Still nothing, and time expires. We are headed to overtime. What a scramble with the heavyweight class. And that was exciting.
And we get a pickup where we left off. Both men on their feet. 1 minute this first period, sudden death. Whoever gets a takedown will win this match. If not, it'll go 2 more periods.
We'll see who has more left in the tank between Butts and Brooks. Boy, Butts nearly had Brooks to the mat. Just couldn't get his head out. Brooks did a nice job of pinning his head to the mat and then just extended that left leg back to prevent the takedown.
Yeah, Brooks really fighting for wrist control. And Butts with that collar tie. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
35 seconds left in the first overtime. A takedown wins it.
Brooks with an underhook, tries to step in on that left leg. They're at the edge of the mat. 22 seconds left.
Brooks doing a nice job with that forehead, just putting it in the ear hole of Butts. Butts did have an advantage with that tie, but the way Brooks' head was positioned just kind of drove Butts' face away.
Coach is telling Brooks to go for a single, and he did it right away. They run out of mats.
8.8. The clock stops. Look at these coaches. Both benches are into it. Down to 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and we are going to go into a pair of 30-second periods now. Brooks scored the first point in this match, so it's the sudden victory 30-second period.
Kind of a sudden death situation.
Down to 5 seconds here in the first 30-second period of what you can call the second overtime. Now it's Butts' choice. Like you said, Joe, he's going to go down. And now we'll see if Brooks can ride Butts.
Again, it's fast first move. Both these guys for 285-pounders are quick. Brooks gets a caution because he gets up on him too fast. And there we go.
Brooks tries to throw a cradle on, but Butts up. Just using his hips nicely. Spins out on the edge of the mat. The ref does give him one. So with 19 seconds left, Butts ties it up. We are neutral as the head official will meet with a Lawrence North coach.
Lawrence North coach is arguing that he still had control, that they hadn't broken, and that he should be down again. He doesn't win it. Sends it back to the center of the mat. 19.9 seconds left. It's a 3-3 match.
Deep underhook by Butts. We get down to 10 seconds left. Nobody scores here. We'll go to a 30-second sudden death period. And it will be Brooks and Lawrence North's choice. Brooks has his choice. He scored the first point in this match. Looks over to his coaching staff. Butts meets with Riley McClurg. You can call him the interim head coach tonight, with his brother Wade McClurg battling a sickness tonight. It's that time of year. So Brooks goes underneath.
Here we go.
Up to his feet. He just needs an escape, and this match is over. Butts drops down to a leg, and he drives him towards the edge of the mat.
Tell you what, Butts did what he had to do. He did what he had to do. It's a long 23 seconds. Advantage Brooks.
You could see Brooks, he threw up the fist as if he wanted Butts to be called for stalling there, but you won't see that type of call in a 30-second period like this. It's the man on top's job to just hang on for dear life. Brooks up to his feet again. He sprawls. Wow. He's just got to break a grip here. They go off the edge of the
they gave
mat.
him one. They're going to challenge that. They are going to challenge that. I think that's a fair challenge. I really do.
I think by the time the grip was broken, they were well out of bounds. And they're going to say that is the match. So R.J. Brooks from Lawrence North picks up a huge win in a sudden death period. Brooks wins it 4-3 in a highly entertaining match at heavyweight. Keith thought he had some tired wrestlers earlier when he's caught up with our winners, but the first 5 matches were all pins. That was not the case at heavyweight.
No, not at all.
Keith is trying to chase down our winner. We flip down to 106 pounds. Freshman Bryce Lowry for Roncalli taking on Jordan Pace for Lawrence North. And Keith is with our winner, R.J. Brooks.
Overtime, a lot of work.
Yes, sir.
You all right? In shape?
Yeah, I'm in shape.
Tell us, walk through that when it's that crucial sudden death. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I just got to get up. I got to get up. That's the only way I can win this match.
It's a tough guy. Good job. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Marion County Tournament this weekend. You looking forward to it?
Yes, sir.
Good luck and have fun.
We're going to see this team again.
All right. They think they're going to see this team again, guys, and they might just end up being there.
That could have been a preview of the heavyweight championship match. So these two could run in. They could be the 2-3 seed, a 4-5.
I'd pay money to see that again.
That was an exciting match. We actually had a forfeit at 106 pounds. Bryce Lowry picks up 6 for Roncalli, so it's 24-15. We're at 113 pounds, and the stud in this Lawrence North lineup in senior Logan Carrender. Up early here at 113. He's taking on sophomore Carter Chapman from Roncalli.
And I mistakenly called Carter Chapman last weekend Clark Chapman. That's his older brother who does not wrestle. So, Carter, I apologize. He is right now wrestling a really tough guy from Lawrence North, and he came out very, very aggressive, not backing away from him.
Sit out here by Chapman. Carrender, a nice job of leeching on here with 40 seconds left in the first period. It's 4-0 in favor of Carrender. He brought up where he was ranked, but the state rankings actually have him at 106 pounds, and how rare that is for a senior to stick down at 106, so he's actually going to make the move to 113 and wrestle there all season.
Yeah, he looks good there. He looks like a big 113-pounder. I like the way that Carter Chapman has gone after him. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, if you're a young guy wrestling for an elite program, you've got to go after it, man. You've got to go for it. And that's what Carter's doing right now.
There's more back points for Carrender. As time expires in the first period, 3 more back, and it's 7-0, 2 minutes in. Mentioned we'll be on air again here for wrestling coverage on Indiana SRN 1 month from tonight, Saturday, January 18th, for the Circle City Conference Championships. Just 4 teams in that tournament. Roncalli, Brebeuf, Guerin Catholic, and Bishop Chatard. Roncalli's won 3 straight Circle City Conference Championships.
Nobody's really challenged them, but you've got some programs that have some up-and-comers. There's some ranked kids in the Guerin lineup. Brebeuf is they've gone from scoring no points at the Marion County Tournament. They're going to score some points at this Marion County Tournament this weekend. And there's Chapman, almost gets a bulldog on Carrender. Carrender seems pretty sly. Just when you think you get him in trouble, you're in trouble.
And now it's real tight, and there's a pin for Logan Carrender. Picks up 6 for Lawrence North, and that cuts the deficit down to just a 3-point lead for the Rebels. It's 24-21. Carrender will shake it up with both coaches from Roncalli.
But now we start seeing, the heart of Roncalli's lineup. Some really, really talented, elite state-ranked wrestlers we're going to see here.
Cody Glithero, currently ranked at 113 pounds. We'll see if he sticks here at 120. Keith is with our winner, Logan Carrender from Lawrence North.
Nice job, Logan. Nice job.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit about the match. What's got you in motion, all the momentum? Just talk a little bit about that.
So I just went out there. I wanted to win it more than him. I wanted to make sure I got that dub, bring my team and Ellen some good pride.
Marion County Tournament this weekend. Looking forward to that?
Yeah, looking forward to challenging Alex Cotty and taking his number 1 spot.
There you go. He's confident. He's very confident, fellas. Back up to you. Good job.
Well, you mentioned Alex Cotty. He's the top-ranked guy at 113. He was a state runner-up last year, and that's the kind of opponents, kind of competition that you see in the Marion County Tournament.
It's 2-0 here in favor of Cody Glithero, a sophomore from Roncalli, taking on Anthony Hughes from Lawrence North. And when I talked to Jacob Avon, first-year head coach from Lawrence North, get this, he said Hughes this past weekend was down in a match 14-7 midway through the second period and won the match 19-16.
Wow.
He said someone told him, one of his assistants this year that was on the staff last year at Lawrence North, that he trailed a match 14-0 last year on the brink of being tech-falled, and he came back and won 17-15. So the kid can put up points in a hurry.
And he's got a gas tank. If you're scoring that many points late in the match, you're in good shape.
Now the competition here with Cody Glithero, certainly not going to be an easy opponent to rack up points against. But he's holding his own a minute 15 in. It's just 2-0 in favor of Glithero.
Glithero will most likely be at 113 for the Marion County Tournament. I know it's finals week at a lot of schools, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to manage your weight. You want to stay maybe a little heavier through this week because it's such an important week academically, but he is a very, very gifted wrestler. But it looks like he has his hands full here. Again, I'm pretty impressed with Anthony Hughes so far. And when I hear a story like that, him scoring that many points late in the match, makes me excited to see what's going to happen these next 2 periods.
He's just tucking his elbows in on bottom right now. Glithero frustrated on top. And there is a stall call. They're going to get it in just before the buzzer. So Hughes gets dinged for stalling at the end of the first period, and now it's Glithero's choice, and he chooses bottom. So just a 2-point takedown in the opening period. Glithero looks to add to his lead. Even the head coach, he didn't specify whether those points were racked up here from the top position or if they were coming from the neutral position, but wherever it is,
he looks good on
Hughes
top
can
so
rack
far.
them up. He does.
So he has that inside wrist, and he's on his toes. You know, it looks like he's working a variety of moves. Again, inside wrist, he tried a cradle. There's another cradle. Arm chop. Now he's rolling through with a tilt, trying to get some backs. Look at that. I mean, that's flow wrestling. That's putting a lot of moves together.
There he tried to do it again. You can see where he could rack up points.
Yeah.
He's got that tilt series. There's a nice shot by. He's trying to spin around for 2. Nothing awarded yet. Glithero back up to his feet. Nice job of fending off. Hughes nearly had the takedown with some speed around the corner.
Yeah, that was about as close as you could get with not being awarded a takedown, but that throw by was nice.
got Glithero in the front headlock position, but Glithero, a nice job of latching onto that elbow. Now trying to use it to his advantage from underneath. We'll stay neutral. 40 seconds left here in the second. Roncalli leads Lawrence North 24-21. Tonight's duel started at 160 pounds. We're at 120 currently. 5 matches remain after this one finishes up.
Another thing that impresses me about Anthony Hughes is some great fakes. You know, you can tell this kid has speed, but what we just saw there in about the last 15 seconds was about 3 or 4 fake shots, and that's when you get a guy on his heels and start scoring on him. Be interesting to see what he does. I think there's more of an advantage to tying up for Cody Glithero, but if they're not touching, I think the speed and the fakes that Hughes has is to his advantage.
So an escape for Glithero in the second period makes it 3-0, and now we have injury time for Anthony Hughes. Glithero ranked at 113 pounds, just a sophomore. He's number 4 in the semi-state rankings, number 8 in the state rankings. Didn't move. We didn't see him wrestle on Saturday. Weren't sure if that was a injury or an illness, but that could be part of the reason, too, that he's currently up at 120 pounds after sitting out this weekend.
Yeah, I think he was healthy. He actually was at a JV tournament and kind of walked through that. So they're keeping him on the mats. They're keeping him sharp. But Glithero is going to be in this lineup. He's a varsity wrestler. He is going to, like we said in some of our earlier broadcasts, he'll make a run for Banker's Life.
They clean up some blood off of Glithero. Both wrestlers at the scorer's table currently. It'll be Hughes' choice in the third period. He trails this match 3-0. Keith York-Yancey down there. You got something for us?
Well, I just want to tell you the top 5 real quick. Evansville Mater Dei is number 1, Brownsburg 2, Crown Point 3, Cathedral, who we've already seen this year, 4, and then Roncalli jumped this week to number 5. So the top 5 is going to be mixed up top to bottom all year long, and who knows, a couple other Marion County teams could sneak into the top 5 very, very quickly, especially this weekend. And if you could get out to Perry Meridian, you should get out and watch some good wrestling.
That will be a fun one at Perry Meridian. The Marion County Championships, 15 or 16 teams will be there.
All right, Hughes, did he choose neutral?
I think he did.
Yeah, the score's messed up because we're showing 0-0.
He's got a takedown there on Cody Glithero, so it is a 3-2 match. And Hughes will cut Glithero, so now it's 4-2. 1:30 left in the third period. How about that, and the confidence just to go neutral. And he showed his quickness from the neutral position with a takedown just 10 seconds into the third. Now he tries a little carry series, and he might get caught on the edge of that. Nice job of rolling through. Put himself in a sticky situation there for a moment, but a nice job by Hughes. Good
Shane,
awareness.
This is going to be fun. This last minute 14 is going to be really a lot of fun. I think now I see Hughes looks fresh. Cody Glithero with a high IQ. He knows how to win close matches. I've seen him do it. Chin whip there, but he rolls through. Again, these guys, they're going to have to work hard for a takedown. Duck under to a seat belt. Look at these guys. This is great.
52.5 seconds left here in the third. Hughes on the attack, trying to tie this thing up. He needs a takedown to get it to 4-4. His coach, Jacob Avon, in his first year said Hughes has a high motor, and we are seeing that here in the final minute of this match. He's deep in again.
Yeah, so he shoots a double, switches to a single, sits to his butt. It's going to be hard to finish here.
We'll see if we get a stalemate. There it is.
Stalemate. That's give a shout out to the referee. He could have let that go on a little bit more, but he knows nothing's going to happen. Calls a stalemate, and now we get both of these talented wrestlers on their feet. We'll see what happens here.
Down to 30 seconds, a low ankle pick. Hughes trying to finish for 2 more.
He gets 2.
And he does get the 2. Glithero had the whizzer. Hughes rolls through it. Now there's...
Glithero gets out. He wins. So he's got 17 seconds to get an escape.
It's 4-4. Hughes is going to try and hang on here. He drops down. Now he's
got a near side
cradle. A cradle.
A near side cradle.
Back points. Did he get
Nothing yet.
Count?
Nothing yet. 5 seconds. A 2 swipe will do it. I hope he doesn't.
One,
there it is.
2, and he got 2 back points at the buzzer. How about that from Anthony Hughes? And Lawrence North ties this duel up at 24-all. Hughes trailed 3-0 going into the third period. He picks up 2 takedowns and gets 2 back points as time expires to win it 6-4.
So there's the near side cradle. That won it for him. I tell you what, Shane, your interview with Coach Avon was kind of prophetic. He shared with you, and I'm glad you went down and talked to him so we could kind of hear some background. This is how this kid functions. This is how he wires. He did it again. Came from behind and won it.
A thrilling match for Lawrence North. They came into this dual meet against undefeated Roncalli at 8-7, but Keith is with our winner in Anthony Hughes. This duel is tied up 24-24.
Well, pretty good match, huh, Anthony?
Not for me. I had a slow start, and then I started picking up.
Talk a little bit about how to just quickly get those last 2 points.
I just stayed on my offense, and I knew my offense is free throw, okay? And I got started off slow, so I was like, all right, I got to pick it up. Picked it up and got 2 points.
Congratulations. Have some Skittles and have a good time.
If I had them before the match, I'd have won by more.
He eats Skittles before the match and after the match. Skittles. Hey, maybe that's our sponsor we should have, Jerry. Get Skittles to sponsor wrestling.
Oh.
Back up to you guys, Joe.
Oh, boy, that was a good one.
Yeah.
How about that? Skittles for your pre-match, little pre-workout.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's got that high motor, just loads up on sugar.
And he's not shy about it, man.
No.
He was just getting down on those Skittles
He
during
was
the
ready to
interview.
eat.
I've never seen that. I've seen a lot of athletes interviewed, but I've never seen one, I think, eating Skittles during the interview.
Senior wrestler Braden Lowry out on the mat now for Roncalli. 3-time place winner. Ranked number 1 in the semi-state rankings, number 2 in the state rankings. He trails a good wrestler in Ray Rue from Avon. Minute and a half gone in this period. Lowry leads it 2-0.
And this is where he is vicious on top. He's great on his feet, took care of business, but he's not going to, sometimes he won't cut a guy and he'll do this. He'll throw both those legs in. He will extend a guy. He'll work that half series, and I've seen him bury countless people here, and he takes his time. He'll take his time as not to draw any kind of potentially dangerous.
And now he wrenches over Jeremiah Henderson. The time expires, so 3 back points for Lowry, and he'll take a 5-0 lead into the second period.
The clock was Jeremiah Henderson's friend in that match. I think if there had been 30 more seconds, he might have been buried. Now we go neutral.
Was Henderson's choice for this second period. They go
Lowry
on their
ducked
feet.
a double. Yeah, that looked really smooth.
Just 15 seconds into the second. 2 more for Braden Lowry.
And you see how, again, he goes right into that leg series. I mean, he just knows how to throw those legs in and turn a guy. So we're looking at a 10-0 lead with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds expired in this match. And again, highly recruited, very, very successful, 3-time state place winner. Committed to wrestle with his older brother at the University of Indianapolis next year. I think he'll do great things with that program.
2-time semifinalist, but has yet to go under the lights at Bankers Life. And you know that's on his mind here in his final season at Roncalli.
Gets a 2 swipe there.
Score now 12-0 here with 50 seconds left in the second period.
And
3 more back points will wrap this thing up. See if he can get a pin combination here on Henderson. Try and get 6 instead of 5. Maybe.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it's a tie match, so every point counts. Those bonus points count. He's going to get bonus points.
There he wrenches
now we're
Henderson
talking.
over,
Yeah,
there is the
there's
pin.
6. That's big.
So with the legs in, Braden Lowry just sinks in a half Nelson. Good sportsmanship at the center circle. Braden Lowry picks up a second period pin. Take a look at the replay here, Joe.
And again, that half series when he's got a leg in, he just cranks it over, takes his time, head on the mat so the guy can't roll him through. Hips are isolated so this guy can't rock back and forth, and he's buried, man.
Back on the mat. Congratulations, Shad. Well done.
Thank you.
It looks so easy. Joe and Shane up there thinking they could do that too. It's so easy. It's not that easy, is it?
No, it's not, but it's super fun to do. I love it.
Let's talk about the Marion County Tournament. Looking forward to it?
Of course. It could be my fourth one.
You're looking for success there, and then ultimately you want to get to the state championship.
Of course. That's always the plan.
How's the finals been? You almost done with finals?
Oh, dude, it's scary. It's a scary time.
Scary time. Where's your Skittles, man? You got to have Skittles.
That's awesome.
Congratulations, Shad. Well done.
Thank you.
Scary, awesome is finals. Scary, awesome.
And that's rare air. He's going for his fourth Marion County title. That's rare air.
What I like from that interview, he said it's fun. You heard the word F-U-N come out from Braden Lowry. The kid loves this sport. You can see him fired up with his head coach, or at least interim head coach tonight. Brother of Roncalli's head coach, Wade McClurg. It's Riley McClurg in the far corner.
Sam Slivka with the first period pin.
That extends the lead to 36-24.
So just when you thought Lawrence North was in it, tied up 24, Roncalli has extended their lead to 36-24. Now David Page is up.
Now we go up to 138. Senior David Page will take on Aiden Bunce from Lawrence North. It's 36-24 in favor of the Rebels. And Lawrence North does have an open weight at 145, so you tack on 6 more for Roncalli, and they are going to move to 11-0 this season. Keith Myers is with our winner, Sam Slivka.
Sam, nice job. Quick business tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Talk a little bit about the match.
It's a close duel, so I knew I had to get the pin for my team. So,
question is, it's finals week. Do you concentrate more on finals because you knew this match? This is a big match tonight. You concentrate on finals, and then this is just plain old fun, isn't it?
Yep, it's just fun.
Getting ready for finals. How many more you got to do before the week is over?
3 more.
3 more. Straight A student, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he says, straight A student. Congratulations, John. Well done. Tell you what, these kids are either smart, they're strong, and I'm afraid of them because they are bigger than I am.
He's got 3 finals left before the end of the week. That's a heavy weight load for the final 2 days in school.
This David Page match is intriguing. So this is the final match that we get to see him wrestle before the Marion County Tournament. I'm looking at the Newcastle semi-state rankings. There's a kid from North Central, Southport, and Warren Central that are going to be at that Marion County Tournament, and we heard his coaches talk about him kind of being a dark horse, and I think he's been wrestling great lately. I think he's feeling comfortable with this new weight, 138 pounds. So I think it's really, really important if Roncalli's going to win that Marion County Tournament, David Page places that he gets on that podium. It's really, really important for him as a 138-pounder with some good guys in that weight class for him to place and get some team points.
Now for that tournament, if he hasn't wrestled, say, any of the 3 or 4 wrestlers that you mentioned, that'll be there Saturday, do they look at these rankings and use them as a tool, or is it – I know a lot of times there's a coin flip for wrestlers too if it's, they beat one another 1 or 2 times apiece?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the order is, but it's – they're going to look at their records. They're going to look at common opponents. They're going to look at head-to-head, and they usually get it right. You get those wrestling coaches in the room. They'll figure it out.
He's got a deep cradle in right now, but the first period comes to an end. It's 6-1 in favor of David Page. And his name not in the semi-state or state rankings, but if he comes out of that Marion County tournament with a high finish at his weight class, you better believe coming out of the new year, you'll see him in those rankings.
And Shane, something else that all of these wrestlers, not just Lawrence North and Roncalli as well, that they've battled this week is high schools were, many of them on a 2-hour delay, and then on Monday afternoon, Most schools in the Marion County area canceled their evening activities to include practices because we had a lot of snow that came in between 3 and 7 o'clock, and you don't want these high school drivers on the road, so they lost a whole day of practice. And that's hard when you've got something like the Marion County Tournament coming up, when you're trying to manage your weight. Of course, they're supposed to go home in theory and do some work, but it's just not the same as a full 2-hour practice. So that was really, really tough for all the wrestling programs in the Marion County area to miss out on a day of practice.
There's another cradle by Page on the edge of the mat. We're midway through the second period. He's got it tight. Bunt's able to kick himself free, and three back points for David Page makes it an 11-1 score.
And David's got those long arms. He's a lanky 138-pounder, and he is going to cradle you from anywhere. Whatever position you're in, those long arms are going to come in and lock you up.
Page works from the top position. 10-point lead in hand. We've got just one match after this one. We've got an open weight for Lawrence North at 145, so our final match of the night will be at 152 pounds. It'll either be senior Tice Frigi or freshman Hayden Ball for Roncalli. They'll take on Avon Lee from Lawrence North. But again, the Rebels are going to go to 11-0 here in the 2019-2020 season. Time expires in the second period. It's Page's choice, and he's going to go back on top. You don't always see that out of a wrestler, but the way Page just rode bunts in that second period, why not?
Yeah, I would do that. We're missing out on a score right now. There's David in that cradle position again.
Now he switches over to a butcher, yep. See if he can walk it around front. That's usually one of the tighter pin combinations, and that's where you just got to sit. See if you can get chest to chest there. Hunt's trying to avoid the pin. Going to be 3 more near fall for David Page. He led 11-1 going into the third period. So that gets it up to 14-1. 2 more near fall. We'll give him a technical fall and 5 more points for Roncalli. But Page a little reckless from the top position, and a reversal there.
Gets a little sloppy.
4 bunts. And now Bunt's trying to run a bar arm. And Page in a little trouble. It's 14-3, 45 seconds left in the third. Page basing out. Now Bunts tries to lock up a cradle. Got a deep crossface there. Hard to tell if he's got it locked.
He's got to fight those hands and extend because he's about ready to get turned.
There, he tilts him over for a 2 count. Bunts makes it 14-5, but we're down to 15 seconds left. So a strong finish to the match for Aiden Bunts, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. David Page, an early onslaught with 14 points, and he hangs on to win it here at 138 pounds. Final score 14-5, so he does get the major decision. And the score goes to 40-24 in favor of Roncalli.
Yeah, David looked good for about 4.5, 5 minutes. That last 1 minute was a little bit of a letdown. But he'll go back to that tough Roncalli wrestling room, listen to his coaches. He'll figure it out. He'll be ready for Saturday.
Senior Alec Viduya gets a forfeit at 145. Extends the lead to 46-24 and gets us into our final match at 152 pounds. And a wrestler we did not get to see on Saturday, senior Tice Frigi, back in the lineup. Frigi number 2 in the semi-state rankings, number 6 at his weight class, and 152 pounds in the state rankings by IndianaMat.com. Finished 8th as a freshman, 4th as a junior. Looking to get back on the podium, but before this match gets started, Keith Myers is with our 138-pound winner, David Page.
David, nice job. Finished strong, and boy, I tell you what, 2 or 3 more minutes, I think you would have got a pin.
Appreciate it, man.
Talk a little bit about that match and looking forward to the Marion County Tournament.
He was good. He was decent. I wish I would have gotten the cradle and pinned him a little earlier. Saved me a little energy.
Got a little tired at the end of it, but you finished strong. Congratulations. Job well done.
Thanks, boss.
Good job. Now I'm boss. I'm boss, coach, whatever it takes. Back up to you guys.
I'm just going to stick with Keith.
I appreciate
that. How's that work?
All right, I appreciate that.
So here's Tice Friege. Was out of action on Saturday. He looks super, super healthy right now. And, wow, Saturday he's got a showdown with the #1 ranked Bryce Coleman. And
we saw
Friege,
Coleman in that Warren Central Cathedral duel.
Tell you what, that's worth the price of admission right there. A Friege-Coleman showdown.
28-second pin for Tice Friege, and that finishes up tonight's dual meet. Roncalli is going to win it by a final score of 52-24. Take a look at the replay there. That match at 152 was over in a hurry, and you just see the power from Friege as he finishes off Avion Lee.
Yeah, Friege's strong. He's fast, high IQ, good motor. He wouldn't be out of the lineup like he was last if he wasn't a little bit banged up. But I think now he's kind of positioned himself to go into that Marion County tournament, probably a #2 seed behind Coleman, and really send a message to the world that he's the #1 guy.
Well, Keith Myers is down with our 152-pound winner, Tice Friege. He's got a big one on Saturday.
You made it too easy.
I don't know about that. Just going out and trying to do my best for my team. And
did a nice job. Saturday, big match, Marion County Tournament. Looking forward to it?
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Sell some tickets here. Tell everybody to come to watch you wrestle on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, I'm planning on being in the finals. I'll probably be ranked second to Bryce Coleman from Warren Central, so we'll see him there.
Congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you.
Real quick, got Coach here too, Riley McClure. You got to stay in and you got things going, and you just tell your brother just to stay home. He doesn't need to be back.
Yeah, that's a good one. No, Wade. Wade's a big part, but really at the end of the day, it was a great team win. Some things didn't go our way in some matches where we on paper thought they should go our way, but at the end of the day, our kids picked up the slack and filled in where we kind of dropped off. But at the end of the day, good team win, and really got to go back to the drawing board here these next 2 days of practice. Got the toughest county tournament in the state on Saturday at Marion County. And so we really got to get us going. This was a big duel for us because of seeding. We go to the seeding meeting tomorrow night. This is a head-to-head in the county. So this was a good duel for us, and we dropped some matches that are going to hurt us in county seeding, and so we're really going to have to flip the script this weekend.
You look at the ranking, the state ranking, you guys jumped from 9th to 5th. That's impressive. The county tournament, Perry Marie does a nice job hosting it. Man, it's wide open for at least 10 teams.
Yeah, it really on paper they're going to say the Rebels, the Falcons, Perry Meridian, and the Warriors of Warren Central are going to be out there and be a 3-dog race. But at the end of the day, the more guys at the top of the podium, those are big. But also we're going to have to rely on those guys that drop an early match to rattle off in the consolations to pick up team points for us too. So it's going to be an exciting day. It'll be very exciting. And it's at the end of the day, it's just preparation, for that last week in February at the state tournament.
Everything goes back to the state tournament. Congratulations, good job.
Thank you very much.
Get well, Coach. Hope to see you in this Circle City Conference. I know you guys are looking forward to the Marion County Tournament. We will not have that on Indiana SRN, but January 18th is the next time we're on. Good job, you guys. It's always fun to work with you guys. I'm going to get some Skittles in the concession stand and head home.
Hey, that works for us, Keith. We'll wrap things up here. You go grab the remaining Skittles bags. Maybe get us a bag of popcorn to go on the road, and that'll satisfy us here on this Wednesday night here at Roncalli High.
Hey, fellas, we got one more replay.
We got one more special replay here, and it's for my partner, Joe Hansen. We're going to go back to the 8 or 9 JV matches we had before.
Yes, this is my son, Luke. So Luke is a part of the Roncalli Wrestling program. He is a 138-pounder, getting beat up every day by Sam Slivka, Tice Frigie, Alec Viduya, and David Page. But you know what they say, iron sharpens iron. I wouldn't want to have them anywhere else. The McClurg brothers and that whole coaching staff do a nice job with these kids. And that's, that's what I see with Lawrence North, is there's depth there. And I've always complimented the McClurg brothers because they care about everybody, not just the number one ranked guys like Frigie, but the kids that are coming out and wrestling for the first time. And that's great for our sport. There's a place for everybody in this sport. And, we saw two good teams tonight. Lawrence North impressed me.
That they did. They looked very good. They had a couple of wrestlers and a couple of matches that really stood out to me. 120 pounds and then the 285-pound match between R.J. Brooks and Aaron Butts. I want to start with that match at 120 and Anthony Hughes and how impressed we were with him.
Yeah. He, you had that kind of pre-match interview with Jacob Avon, and he told you about him coming back and scoring a lot of points. He didn't have to score a lot, but he certainly came back, and he showed, what he's made of. I was really, really impressed with him. I know Cody's going to go back and take that as a teachable moment and try to get better from it. But watching Jacob Avon in the corner, that guy has a lot of energy, and you look at his resume. He's got a high IQ, and he's got a place where you can succeed. The the administration at Lawrence North is going to support him. The principal at Lawrence North is a former wrestler. He wrestled at Wabash and used to coach Lawrence North, so he loves the sport. He's got his support there. So they're kind of nipping at the heels of the Roncalli Rebels, and the Roncalli Rebels are nipping at the heels of the modern days and the cathedrals of this world.
Well, we heard it in the interview with Keith and Roncalli's interim head coach tonight, Riley McClurg, filling in for his brother Wade, who was out with a sickness. But Riley brought up the Marion County Championships and how some of these matches are determining seeding on Saturday. Bump up to that heavyweight class with R.J. Brooks and Aaron Butts, a match that went into sudden death, and R.J. Brooks from Lawrence North able to come out on top.
Yeah, and Butts is young, and young kids sometimes have a hard time winning those close matches. But I can tell you from experience, having a son that went through this program, that's something that they teach. And sometimes those teachable moments happen when you lose. Nobody wants to lose, but they're going to, kind of reset. But again, RJ looked really, really good tonight, along with his brother at 195 pounds.
That he did. Roncalli comes away with the victory. The final score tonight in this dual meet between the Rebels and Wildcats from Lawrence North. Final score 52-24 in favor of Roncalli. They go to a perfect 11-0 on the season. Lawrence North drops to 8-8. You heard the Marion County Championships mentioned often tonight on our broadcast here on Indiana SRN. We will not be there, but if you can get out there Saturday to Perry Meridian, highly recommend it. You heard it with Tice Frigie in his interview with Keith as we wrapped up tonight's duel. He knows who's on a collision course with him in the finals, and Bryce Coleman.
And some of the message boards, like on Indiana Mat, which is a website that's kind of dedicated to celebrating and providing news, all things wrestling in the state of Indiana, at the high school, at the elementary, at the college level. And there was a thread, and they talked about the toughest tournament besides the state tournament, and Marion County Tournament was in the conversation. So if you go there, from whistle to whistle, from start to finish, you're going to see some quality wrestling. And if you can go to those semifinals or even some of those consolation matches in the finals, you're going to see some of the best wrestling in the state of Indiana.
That you will. Joe, I thank you for all of the excellent color commentary tonight. I want to thank our producer, Jerry Collins, our Mat Side reporter, Keith Myers. We're going to wrap things up here from Roncalli High. We'll do it again right here on Indiana SRN a month from tonight, Saturday, January 18th, for the Circle City Conference Championships. 4 teams in that tournament: Roncalli, Brebeuf, Guerin Catholic, and Bishop Chittard. Roncalli's won 3 straight, looking to make it 4. We will be there Saturday, January 18th. Joe, I thank you once again. Thank you for tuning in to Indiana SRN for tonight's duel between Roncalli and Lawrence North. The Rebels come away with a win. Indiana SRN, where you are always in the game.